Let's talk about the middle-class dream. You know it well: house, car, a few vacations, and job security. It's the life raft you cling to in the sea of financial uncertainty. But what if I told you it's a trap? Yes, your prize status symbol is a gilded cage. The illusion of security is your ticket to a lifetime of financial stagnation. You think you're playing the game right. Stable job, stable income. But guess what? Your brain's running a stability loop. It's a survival mechanism masquerading as strategy. This loop? It's a glitch. It makes you think financial success is about accumulation, not growth. It's why you polish your resume instead of your skill set. It's why you upgrade your car instead of upgrading your mind. Stability isn't success, it's stagnation with a nice PR team. The middle-class mindset is a cognitive bias cocktail. You mix loss aversion with mental accounting, add a splash of decision fatigue, and voila, you've got a financial hangover. Loss aversion makes every dollar spent feel like a dollar lost. Mental accounting convinces you that a $5 coffee is separate from your $500 phone payment. Decision fatigue? That's the icing, making you pick convenience over value. Together, they conspire to keep you in financial limbo. You think your discipline is the firewall against financial collapse. But here's the kicker: discipline is a finite resource, not an inexhaustible virtue. It's like a phone battery. Use it constantly, and it drains fast. Every time you tell yourself no, you're chipping away at your willpower reserve. The middle-class trap convinces you that discipline can compensate for a flawed system. It's like using a band-aid for a bullet wound. Here's the unsettling truth: the middle class doesn't end with a bang, but a whimper. You won't notice when the trap snaps shut. It happens slowly, like a frog in boiling water. You keep swimming in the comfort of lukewarm water, oblivious to the rising heat. By the time you feel the burn, it's too late. The trap is set, and your financial mobility is the sacrifice. You believe you're in control. After all, you make rational choices, or so you think. But your brain is a master illusionist. It runs on a deceptively simple protocol: avoid pain, seek pleasure. This is where the middle-class trap begins. The illusion of control is just that, an illusion. Your brain is wired to prioritize short-term comfort over long-term gain. It's why the credit card bill seems less urgent than the weekend getaway. This is the glitch. The facade of discipline is another trap. You think you're disciplined because you save a portion of your paycheck. But your brain is tricking you with mental accounting. It's a neat trick where one savings account hides the chaos in your spending account. You feel virtuous saving $200 but ignore the $20 daily coffee habit. This cognitive sleight of hand is not discipline, it's a distraction. You're not managing money, you're managing guilt. Here's the irony: your brain's wiring is perfect for survival but disastrous for wealth. Enter loss aversion. It's why you hold on to a bad investment, hoping to recoup losses. You equate loss with failure, so you ride the sinking ship. This glitch keeps you tied to the past, unable to pivot. You're not protecting assets, you're preserving pride. The middle-class trap thrives on this stubborn loyalty. Decision fatigue is the silent assassin of your financial health. Every choice you make drains your mental battery. By day's end, convenience trumps cost-effectiveness. You buy dinner instead of cooking, subscribe instead of budgeting. It's a slow bleed, 1,000 paper cuts. The middle-class trap relies on this fatigue, banking on your need for easy wins. You're not lazy, you're exhausted by design. This is the glitch: survival mode over strategic planning. Scarcity mindset is your brain's default setting. It's a relic from a time when resources were limited. Today, it manifests as the fear of missing out. You hoard deals, chase discounts, and stockpile sales. You think you're saving money, but you're actually hoarding liabilities. This scarcity mindset is a glitch, a misfire of your brain's survival protocol. It's why you clutter your life with things, not wealth. Here's the kicker: the very mental wiring that traps you is also your golden ticket. Your brain's survival instincts have kept humans alive for millennia. That same loss aversion that makes you cling to bad investments can be harnessed to protect your assets. Instead of fearing loss, use it to evaluate risk more effectively. Flip the script. Let the fear of financial mediocrity propel you into strategic action. Recognize it as a tool, not a trap. Decision fatigue wears you down, but it can also streamline your life. Recognize its presence, and automate decisions that drain your energy. Meal prep instead of daily cooking. Set up automatic savings deposits. Simplify your wardrobe. These are not signs of laziness but strategic conservation of mental resources. Use your brain's preference for patterns to your advantage. This isn't about avoiding decisions, it's about making fewer, smarter ones. Your mental energy is a finite resource. Invest it wisely. Let's talk scarcity mindset. It seems like a hardwired flaw, but it's actually a hidden strength. Your brain's focus on scarcity can be redirected to value optimization. Instead of hoarding deals, concentrate on investments that yield returns. Turn your attention from accumulating things to accumulating knowledge and experiences. Scarcity can drive innovation, pushing you to find creative solutions. Let it guide you to make choices that grow your wealth rather than clutter your space. Mental accounting tricks you into financial complacency, but it can also be a budgeting ally. Channel this habit into a structured financial system. Create dedicated accounts for specific goals: travel, education, investments. This isn't about restricting your spending but about directing it with purpose. Use mental accounting to track progress, not just expenses. Harness your brain's penchant for compartmentalization to build a financial architecture that supports your ambitions. Now, take your discipline, your mental battery, and recharge it strategically. Break down large goals into smaller, actionable tasks. Celebrate small victories to boost your motivation. Your discipline is not about saying no but about saying yes to what matters. Use it as an internal compass to navigate financial decisions. It's not a finite resource, it's a renewable one when managed correctly. Let your discipline be the engine of your financial growth, not a shield against scarcity. It's time for a protocol upgrade. The middle class trap is your default software, but you can rewrite the code. Start by challenging the status quo. Question every financial decision. Is it a reflection of societal expectation or personal value? This is not rebellion, it's recalibration. By questioning, you break free from autopilot and transition into mindful decision-making. The goal is not to reject the middle-class dream but to redefine it on your terms. Next, install a new mental module: opportunity recognition. Train your brain to spot chances for growth. This means looking beyond immediate gratification and identifying long-term benefits. It requires shifting focus from consumer to creator. Consider each purchase an investment in your future self. When you spend, ask, does this amplify my potential or just satisfy a fleeting desire? This mental module transforms your spending decisions into strategic investments. It's an upgrade from mere consumption to conscious capital allocation. Let's recalibrate your loss aversion. Instead of fearing loss, cultivate a mindset of strategic risk-taking. Train your brain to differentiate between reckless gambles and calculated risks. This involves gathering data, weighing pros and cons, and planning for contingencies. Loss aversion isn't about avoiding risk, it's about managing it. By recalibrating, you turn fear into a strategic asset. This is agility, not anxiety. It's the difference between stagnation and growth. Transform your risk perception into a growth catalyst. Now, tackle decision fatigue with precision. Implement decision thresholds. Create criteria for decision-making that filters out noise. Establish a routine that minimizes trivial choices. This saves your cognitive resources for high-impact decisions. It's a bit like building a mental firewall against decision overload. The goal is to protect your mental bandwidth, preserving it for strategic thinking. Decision fatigue is a resource drain, but with thresholds, you can redirect your mental energy towards growth-focused activities. Finally, convert your scarcity mindset into a resourceful outlook. Instead of focusing on lack, pivot to abundance identification. Recognize the resources at your disposal: time, knowledge, relationships. Amplify these through collaboration and strategic networking. Your brain is naturally tuned to scarcity, but with reframing, it becomes an engine for innovation. This isn't about pretending scarcity doesn't exist, it's about leveraging what you have for maximum impact. Transform scarcity into a wellspring of creative potential. So, what's the protocol? Simple: master your mental algorithms. First, set a baseline for financial health. Audit your current situation: income, expenses, liabilities. But don't just look at numbers. Examine your emotional relationship with money. Identify where you're stuck in the middle-class trap. Awareness is your first line of defense. It's not about judgment, it's about data. This baseline is your launchpad for strategic decision-making. Treat it like a diagnostic test, not a report card. Now, implement micro-experiments. Test new financial behaviors on a small scale. Want to invest? Start with a modest amount. Thinking of cutting expenses? Try a week of minimal spending. These are not commitments but experiments. Your brain loves feedback loops. Each micro-experiment offers data, refining your strategy. It's a way to test your recalibration before going all in. The goal is to create a dynamic financial ecosystem that adapts as you learn. Leverage your community. The middle-class trap isolates, but networks liberate. Engage with people who challenge your assumptions. Seek mentors who've broken free from the trap. Use social platforms not as comparison tools but as learning networks. Your community is a resource multiplier. It expands your perspective and introduces you to new opportunities. Remember, wealth isn't just financial, it's relational. Grow your network, and you grow your potential. This isn't about using people, it's about mutual elevation. Time to install a future-focused mindset. The middle-class trap is rooted in the present. Shift your gaze forward. Set long-term goals that excite you. Visualize them daily. Use this as your compass for financial decisions. The future isn't a mystery, it's a direction. Align your actions with where you want to be, not where you are. Your brain craves progress. This forward-thinking perspective makes the present moment a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Here's the final move: embody financial fluidity. The middle-class trap is rigid, fluidity is adaptable. Embrace change, even when it's uncomfortable. Flexibility is your secret weapon against stagnation. This isn't about abandoning plans but evolving them. Financial fluidity means adapting to new information and opportunities. It's about flowing around obstacles, not crashing against them. In this dynamic world, rigidity is the real risk. Be water, my friend. Adaptation is not just survival, it's thriving. Congratulations, you've reached the final act, the protocol shift. This isn't a one-time overhaul but a continuous upgrade. The middle-class trap is static. Your financial strategy should be dynamic. Regularly audit your mental algorithms. This means revisiting your financial goals, reassessing your emotional relationship with money, and updating your strategies. Consider this an ongoing system update. Your brain thrives on routine, but it's also wired for adaptability. Leverage this duality. Now, let's talk about complexity. The middle-class trap thrives on overcomplication. Simplify your financial life. This means cutting through the noise to focus on what truly matters. Eliminate unnecessary subscriptions, streamline your accounts, and automate where possible. Complexity is the enemy of clarity. By simplifying, you free up mental bandwidth for strategic thinking. A simplified financial life is not just easier to manage, it's more resilient. Less clutter, more focus. Embrace the power of iteration. The middle class trap lulls you into complacency, but iteration keeps you alert. Treat each financial decision as a prototype. Test, learn, refine. This iterative mindset transforms setbacks into learning opportunities. Failure is not a dead end but a data point. Your financial journey is an evolving experiment. The trick is to keep improving your model. With each iteration, you get closer to a version of success that's truly yours. Here's an advanced tactic: engage in financial storytelling. Create a narrative around your goals. This isn't just a vision board exercise, it's a powerful psychological tool. By crafting a story, you engage your brain's natural affinity for narratives. This makes your goals relatable and emotionally resonant. Your financial story becomes a compass, guiding your decisions. It's the narrative arc that propels you forward, turning abstract goals into tangible actions. The final verdict: embody a mindset of curiosity. The middle class trap is a closed loop. Curiosity breaks the cycle. Question norms, explore unconventional paths, and challenge your assumptions. Curiosity leads to discovery, and discovery fuels growth. This mindset transforms financial planning from a chore to a journey of exploration. It's not about having all the answers but asking the right questions. Curiosity is your ticket out of the trap and into the realm of limitless potential. Let's debunk the myth of financial independence as a solo mission. The middle class trap fosters an illusion of autonomy, but true independence is interdependent. It's about building a network of resources: financial, intellectual, and social. This means collaborating, sharing insights, and pooling resources. It's not just about accumulating assets alone, it's about collective growth. Interdependence multiplies your resources, turning individual silos into a thriving ecosystem. Think of it as a financial symphony, not a solo act. Reframe risk as a necessary companion, not a lurking threat. The middle class trap instills an aversion to risk, equating it with potential loss. But risk is also a path to discovery and opportunity. The key is calculated risk-taking, assessing potential benefits against possible downsides. This means informed decision-making, not reckless moves. Risk becomes a calibrated part of your strategy, not an enemy. Embracing risk is like learning to dance with uncertainty, not fearing the inevitable misstep. Develop an adaptive financial mindset. The middle class trap encourages rigidity, but adaptability is crucial. This means staying informed about market trends, technological advancements, and economic shifts. Adaptability allows you to pivot when necessary, turning challenges into opportunities. It's about being prepared, not paranoid. An adaptive mindset is proactive, not reactive. It's the difference between surviving in a changing world and thriving within it. Treat each change as a chance to evolve your financial strategy. Embrace the learning loop. The middle class trap is static. Learning is dynamic. Cultivate a habit of continuous improvement. This involves reflecting on past financial decisions, learning from mistakes, and applying new insights. Education is a lifelong journey, not a one-time event. The learning loop transforms setbacks into stepping stones. It's about progress, not perfection. Each loop strengthens your financial acumen, turning experience into wisdom. Keep the loop spinning to stay ahead of the curve. Finally, align your financial goals with your core values. The middle class trap often results in pursuing goals that aren't personally meaningful. Identify what truly matters to you: freedom, creativity, stability, and align your financial strategy accordingly. This alignment creates a sense of purpose, turning financial planning into a meaningful pursuit. When goals resonate with your values, motivation becomes intrinsic. Financial success is not just about numbers. It's about fulfilling what makes you feel alive.